Welcome to Pattern Machines. I'm Kenny and this is my half-scale RX7 that I'm building. Today I'm working on the flares, front bumper and the big wing off the back. Now this thing is powered by a Sachs Rotary engine with a 4-speed pit bike transmission through drive shaft to a rear end that does my forward reverse gearbox to a chain. So this thing is going to be designed for drifting, so I'm going to have the PVC sleeves on the back just to reduce the load on my drivetrain, because I don't trust it. It's full prototype phase and everything has been custom made. So I'm going to take it easy at Mad Mike's Summer Bash this weekend coming, and I've got 2 or 3 days till the ferry, something like that. So no time to chit chat, let's get into it. So the body that I'm going for, well, the body kit, is the Group C RX7. It's got the big flares on it and big wing as well. This whole car started as a little paper model and I built it out of cardboard, and when I did that I sorted out these as well. So that's my starting point. Well, I've never done this before, so how hard can it be? I'm going to start at the back, because that should be, well, in my mind it's the easiest. So I'll give it a little bead of garden hose, make sure it's all sitting square. I assume this is how they do it, something like that. Now the stickiest tape I've got is this clear packing tape, so if I stick that to there, I can use this to start off my edge with. I've been getting some good comments from you guys. It's been quite good actually. And a few of you have to remember that I'm not a professional. And not everything I do makes sense. So a lot of what I'm doing is, you got to take it as though it's artistic. Artistic more than, well, it's still fabrication, but it's kind of like not everything is the easiest or best way or the most logical. Wow, yeah, I don't know, I get weird ideas in my head of how things should be, and yeah, sometimes go a bit overboard, and sometimes just the right amount of board. I think maybe, is that it? Is that how you do it? Jeez, this is going to use a lot of tape. Yeah, that looks like it should work. It's not going to use any more tape than packing up boxes anyway. Okay, got this far, what do I do now? I suppose I could, yeah, draw a line on it and do that. I don't know. I'm just guessing this is how it's done. We're going to go here, about the midpoint. So this build was a collaboration, or a build off, with me and another fellow Kiwi YouTuber, DK the Welder. He's building his out of 3D printed, so it's fully computer designed, and he's done like a wide body kit and stuff. But his is like a large RC car that you can drive, so he's got full controls for it, but you can also get in and steer as well. Wow, I assume you steer with the controller still while you're inside it, can't remember, but so he's been having a few issues with the fiberglass and of the 3D printing and stuff. So yeah, but he's done a bloody good job of his. Quite impressed with what he's been able to do. So I've done a lot of grunt work on mine to kind of get stuff built where everything's fully custom. But he's done a lot of work behind the scenes with all the electrical and yeah, all that sort of coding and stuff to get all the electronic stuff to work, whereas I've just been here hammering and beating away to try and get this thing to look half decent. Okay, here's hoping this works. So I've got the outer line and I've got like a double line here, so it should be the inner edge that gets rolled back, and then this is kind of the lip part. So the interesting thing is to see if this is going to want to fold flat or not. Well, for a start, I need to be able to cut the thing. Before I cut this out of metal, I should probably try cardboard first. This will get most of it. Oh, come on. Oh, this is going to be horrible. Oh no. Alright, this one I'm going with. What do you reckon? Can make that, eh? It actually sits pretty flat. A few wrinkles and stuff, but I reckon that's going to work out of aluminium. Now, if any of you guys in New Zealand want to follow the journey up, I'll most likely already be up there by the time this video comes out. I was going to say follow me on Instagram, but yeah. Right now, moment of truth, is it going to fit? Oh no, it's stuck. Actually, probably put the backing back on it to get it in the right place. Make sure it's going to fit. Oh, look how good this is looking. That's perfect. I don't know how I managed to get it so good. It's still a little tiny bit off, but I think that is more than close enough for what I'm going for. And that's all flat cardboard. So I'm quite happy that this whole thing has been flat. Well, one little relief cut they had to be making the roof, which I got to, well, yeah, and another one. But anyway, apart from that, the whole thing's flat sheet metal, no curves or anything got into it. And yeah, same with these flares. It's been so good having this roll of aluminium. I've used quite a bit of it. So it was originally from a camper that was supposed to get re-roofed, but never did. And so it's been kicking around. I can say it's used, can't I now? Technically is, second hand. I think I've allowed enough for extra. Yeah, I've got a lot extra at the bottom of them now as well, because I realised that they kind of have to tuck under the car a bit. Come on! Stuff does get a little awkward to cut, especially when it's coiled up still. There we go. So I've decided I've got 3 levels of, should we say, completeness that I'm going for. So the first one is, should we say, like a show car, kind of like your SEMA show car. It just sits there and doesn't do anything. That's like the bare minimum entry requirement that I'm going for, just as a standard show car, which isn't ideal. It's not really what I really want. And the second stage is have it so the engine will run, so just not have the transmission connected at all, and just have it, you know, so I can kind of fire it up, sit there, looks cool and it makes cool noise. And then the third one is that I can actually drive it. That's the ultimate. Whether I get there or not, we'll find out in the next couple of days. Yeah, pretty much 2 days now. 48 hours worth of work. And then just need to allow a little bit of time to eat and, well, not eat, a little bit of time to sleep. But apart from that, 48 hours it is. There's a fair, well, there is some work to do still. It's been, I've had, yeah, I don't know, if I knew how much work was in this when I first started in the deadline, I never would have started, but I like to be naive on my, wow, hang on, how do we put this? I did discuss it before in a previous video. It was my my time management skill and how I have no perception of how much I can actually get done in any set period of time. Now I've been beating on this for a while, managed to get somewhat of a curve into it. It's not going too bad, and especially since I've got two rolled over edges on it, just to give it some strength and so it doesn't chop the tyres up, but not too far off. This is the first time I've really done any metal shaping, and I just got to try and find where it needs to bend to get to where I want it to go. But yeah, that's starting to come together. I'm actually quite impressed. Just got to keep finding out where it needs to bend to mold. Doesn't help that the body moves as well. I think that's where it goes, out there somewhere. But yeah, it's not too critical because I can set the wheels where this body is kind of where this guard is going. I can set the wheel to it. Nope. I don't know. I do tend to have a good understanding of principles of stuff. Is that the right words? Principles of stuff. Well, I'm going to screw this in and then we'll take a look at it. Look how good it looks. One thing I'm not happy about is that folded edge, or that one. So the other ones, I'm just going to go cut edges and I'll be able to fit it a lot better, but that's looking good. I was having a play around to see whether I got my lines right. There's something funny going on with this little tucked in bit. That's got to be cut back, but that's going to stay there for now, and the others are going to be easy to modify because they're just one piece. No folds, no nothing, just cut. Now I've got the other side kind of on. I've still got to shape this part of it, but this one here I didn't roll the edges, I just had them cut. I'm going to put a little bead on that, just roll it in, and hopefully it'll look okay. It's a lot tighter fitting up here now. The other one, because I've rolled the edge over, it was hard to get straight and stuff, but that's going to look good. And then just need some screws through here. So 2 more to go, or 1 more twice pretty much. So yeah, rinse and repeat, same. Oh, look how good that's looking. Still need some cutting and shaping of the edges once this front piece goes on. But yeah, I'm definitely happy with how it's looking so far. I'm going to jump onto that wing now. Kind of want to get that done. And then this front bit, yeah, I've got to mess around with a wee bit to figure out how it's going to work. I do have a front bar on there now. That's to hold the front lip, and that's kind of the lowest point of the car. So it's like a, not bash bar, but like a knock bar or something. I don't know. Protect my feet bar, we'll call it that. But I also might use that for the forward point to hold the body as well. So you can kind of like, the whole body, I want to be able to lift it off without any pins or anything, but I need locating stuff when it's on. So I might use something on the front so the body can go in, hook under this bar, and then down at the back, so it won't lift up at the front until the back's up. I think that might be a good idea. It doesn't need hinges or anything, it just needs to be able to lift off in emergency. So I'll jump onto this back wing now. I've just tidied up my cardboard piece, and I'm pretty happy with the shape of that one. So I'm going to cut that out full width and start shaping it up. Well, my roll of aluminium's getting shorter. It started off about 6 meters, I'd say 6 meters long. It was probably an extra, oh, what's a meter for you guys? 3 feet. It was probably 3 feet longer than a camper, something like that. So, and I'm down to, oh, it's probably deceiving, but I'm probably down to about
6 foot left. Maybe. Is that how it works? 3 times that? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, probably 8 feet maybe. This thing's good for cutting out the bulk of it, but I still like the hand snips for the finer details. It's just hard to know what angle to hold this thing on to get it to cut properly. Yeah, it tends to bind up pretty easily. It might be a bit blunt maybe. So time is getting short. Well, time's not getting short. The deadline is looming, shall we say. Yeah, only a little bit of time now. But I'll definitely have a show car and I'll definitely have the engine running. So it's, at the very least, it's going to be a not interactive, what is it? Visual? No. A listening display, is that what you call it? I don't know. It's not really interactive, but anyway, you get what I'm trying to say. I'll at least have a car that can sit there, bonnet up, you can look at what's going on, and it might even be good kind of thing, like, this is who I am. Like, I build stuff out of scraps, and they don't need to necessarily be finished to be finished or to be of value or of any sort of, I don't know, you can see what's going on before they're finished even, so I'm not too concerned about even if I may just clean up this aluminium, give it a bit of a sand down to get rid of the oxide layer, and just go as an aluminium finish car for now. That might be enough for kind of work in progress, which is, I guess, the name of my channel. It's kind of just the name of what I do. Everything's a work in progress, or might as well keep it prototype to a certain extent, I guess. I mean, I'm not necessarily against finishing stuff, but I don't know. I kind of I like the process of building the idea and how to make things work. Probably more than finishing something. I get more enjoyment out of the build. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still enjoy having things finished, but at least at this stage you can see where it came from, you can see it was built from scrap, whereas if I completely finish it, make it all nice and shiny, you wouldn't even know what it was built out of. And I think that probably is a large majority of what I enjoy doing, is building stuff from nothing and seeing it come together. More about the ideas and how to make something work than it is about, the finish. And I think that helps excuse my the finer details. If it's obviously work in progress, a prototype, or a bit rough, then it's excusable that it's not perfect. But as soon as you aim for perfection, that's when you start getting critics and people telling you, that look at this join here is not perfect. So I much prefer the focus to be on the idea and how it was actually put together rather than the finished product itself. Now I've done this over the table to hopefully get a nice soft radius on this bend. I didn't want a real sharp one. Let's see how it's looking. Oh, apart from all the dents in it, yeah, that looks good. I'll just bend it a bit further. Yeah, no, that should be right. Those dents will come out. As I said, it doesn't need to be perfect. I mean, how cool is a half-scale RX7 that you can
hopefully drive one day in the near future. Right, so I've got this all folded up now and screwed together. It's looking pretty impressive, but bit of a gap. Doesn't quite fit the same as what the cardboard one does, so I think I'll maybe fit the back piece on first and then see if I can make those sides kind of join up at the right place. You wouldn't believe how long it takes to fit a DIY spoiler. It's actually come up alright. It's slightly different shape, but it took a lot of cutting and tweaking to fit. No, I'm happy with that. It's all coming together, so it'll look better once these all get cut down a bit smaller, a bit bubbly at the moment. And then that's the whole back end kind of done. These bumpers, I was going to redo them, so that comes over and put a little rubber strip and stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna leave that for now. So that's all looking pretty good. But yeah, it's coming together very slowly. Just this front spoiler lip kind of thingy-majiggy to do. And pop-up headlights, I think we'll leave them till later on, a future upgrade. But no, that's looking cool. Last thing to fabricate is this front spoiler lip. So I'm going to trace the bottom profile out of the cardboard because it needs to tie into these somewhere and then head off here and angle and everything like that. That is going to be my bash bar, so that'll be the front point of the corner, and then it'll probably curve out in the middle. But I think that's probably the best way to tackle this. There's little things like this that I don't really factor in. So I'd set this bar to be in line with the bumper, but as soon as I go and add my diagonal piece in, it's no longer, you've got that little gap there. So I've got to cut this bar back, and if I do want it again, I've got to put it on an angle to follow the bumper. So I'll just cut it off for now, and I can get this bumper made up. So no matter how much planning or lack of planning I do, there's always things to change. Just have to be careful when I cut stuff I don't break all my tack welds, because they're all pretty fragile. It's got to get the right frequency, RPM, to get so you're not oscillating that frequency of destruction. Like, what is it? Tesla had something where it would put a certain vibration into a bridge or something, and you reckon you could collapse it with the right frequency. Alright, well I had all this built and fitted, looking at it, and it wasn't right. It needs to go up there further, and then it has a straight lip that comes out here. It looked way off before. So once again, I'm going to change it. Now I've got this bar here. It's I don't know what it was from. That's going to be the decorative straight kind of lip thing, and then that can fasten the aluminium to the flat piece. Need to get this curve to somewhat match the bumper, and I'm going to do it bad Chad style. Here we're going about there with it. Maybe use my foot, bend it here. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. Somewhere there, do the same there. So this is only decorative. I've got that heavy bar behind it. Yeah, I'm happy with that. A wee bit more on this bend. Got that, I mean. It's quite good, eh? I have a feeling this was off like a swing, or one of those two people couch swing things. I think that's what that might have been from. I can always cut the edges anyway and get a curve on there for the roundy bit. I've now tacked in this bar and then folded up this little bit of alloy. So that's the Is it front splitter? Is that the word? Oh, I've heard of that before. I don't know. Might be. Anyway, that's your little lip. And then I've just got to build a little something off here. The center is open, so I need something from here to here just to fill that gap in and then tie it into the corner. What do you reckon? Looking alright, eh? So that there gap is supposed to be there for your radiator, and I'll use it for air intake as well. And this other one goes in here, some, if I can get it in, right there. So I've just got to put these end caps on, and they will tie into this as well, somewhere. I don't know which one to do first. Alright, I'll keep going. Now, I haven't been showing you kind of what I've been up to folding this stuff up, because there's a lot to it, and I've got to keep moving. So I'll keep updating you along the way, bring you with me where I can. But apart from that, you'll just have to sit tight and wait for the updates. Well, you don't have to wait, they'll be straight away. I'll have to wait for the updates. Well, I'm getting there. Just a couple more bits to go. Then I'll have to go around, tidy it up, all the everything. But I'll do that in my own time, and just, yeah, it's not too interesting, is it? I like to show you kind of making stuff and figuring things out, but all the finer details, yeah, I should be right. I'll do that by myself. I'm quite capable of doing that. It's about the shape I want. It's not, wow. Oh, it's a bit crooked, isn't it? Oh, you can't see that. Well, it's about the shape I want anyway. So it's all starting to come together. I'm quite liking the silver, eh? Maybe I'm just gonna polish it up. Well, polish. Might just sand it up and keep it not too shiny. So I'm quite happy with progress so far. I mean, progress is still going slow. I'm not what you call a fast worker. I mean, I'm not I'm not professional enough to be fast and know what I'm doing. I'm just like, yeah, messing things up and plodding along. But yeah, I'm quite happy with how it's looking. And next video, we're going to get into more of the mechanical stuff, get the engine running properly, get a starter motor on there hopefully, all that sort of stuff to make it, at the very least, make sure it runs and sounds cool. I have had an update from the ferry, and they said they're expecting high winds and storms, so we'll see how that plays out, but I'm still going to push on anyway, and hopefully hopefully the ferry's running. But anyway, I'll leave you here, and make sure you like, subscribe, all that sort of stuff, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.